Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial. Here in this one, we're going to be building this wooden mansion. On the first floor of the house, there's a kitchen, an enchanting room, and a storage room. And on the second floor, there's a bedroom and an armory. And there is also a lot more space within the roof of the house, so you could extend the house to have a third level. Here's the plot size for the build. From left to right, it'll be 47 blocks. And then from front to back, you could see that I actually put a 38. That 8 is supposed to be a 0. So from front to back, it's supposed to be 30 blocks. So from left to right, 47 blocks. Front to back, 30 blocks. Here in part 1, we're going to be marking out the exterior walls for the first floor of the house. We'll also be sure to do the front and back porch. So all the blocks you'll need for now is going to be some stone bricks, stripped spruce logs, and then the stripped spruce wood, spruce leaves, dark oak planks, spruce planks, stairs, slabs, trap doors, and the regular door, then some lecterns, white stained glass panes, stone brick wall, dark oak fence, lantern, chain, flower pot, some ferns, then some moss blocks, grass, and double tall grass. We're going to start with the stripped spruce log. I'll head on over here to the front left corner. We want to make sure we're going to skip back until we're lined up here on the third space. And then we'll go over towards the right until once again we're lined up with the third space. So we're going to place a log right here. Now let's go towards the left and towards the back from the corner of this block. Have another log right there. Now let's start working our way towards the right. We're going to skip over 7 spaces, starting here. So we're then going to be on the 8th space. You could place a log and have another one from the corner here. Let's go back over here towards the right. We're going to line up where this second log is. We're going to start working our way towards the back. We're going to skip over another 6 spaces of grass, starting here. So we're then going to be on the 7th block right here. You can have another log. Go out from the corner of that towards the right. Have another one here. And now work your way back towards the right again. Starting here, we're going to skip over another 6. So we're then going to have another log here on the 7th space. You could then skip over 2. Have another one here. Skip over 1. Have one here. Skip over another 2, 1 right here, and then skip over another 6. So we're then going to be on the 7th space again, and then go out from the corner of that, have another one here, and now we're going to start working our way towards the front side again. We're going to do the same thing that we did over there, so we're going to skip out by another 6. So we're then going to be on the 7th space, place a block here, then go out from the corner of that, have another one here, leaving a single space of the grass until you meet up here at the plot size. And now, work your way back towards the right. We're going to skip over 7. So then on the 8th space, place a block here, go back out from the corner of that, have one more. So now we marked out all the logs here at the front side. Now we're going to start working our way along the sides towards the back. We'll look over here at this right side first. So starting here, we're going to skip back another 6 spaces of grass. So another log right here on the 7th space. And then start here, have another 6 spaces. So another one on the 7th, and then starting here again, skip back 6 one more time. So we're then going to be on the 7th space, have a log here, go out from the corner of that, have another one. So we have this side over here, so these are all just 6 spaces apart. We're then going to do the same over here on this side. So now we have the front and the sides all marked out with those logs. we now just have to do the back. Now I'm facing the back side. Let's head on over here towards the left first. So we're just going to go from the log again. We're going to be sure to skip over 7 spaces of grass. So we're going to be on the 8th space, have a log here, then start here, skip over another 6. So then on the 7th space, another log. So now we'll head on over here towards the right side and do the same thing. Now I'm back up at the front side. Make sure you have the stone bricks. We're going to start placing these in between the logs going all the way around. We're just not going to have any stone bricks for this space right here in the middle in between these logs, and for the space at the back in the middle. So, let's start over here at the front side, more towards the left. We're just going to be in between all of the logs. We're going to be pushed back a space, so we're going to be from the corner of them. And you can just start adding a layer of the stone bricks, wrap this all the way around, just skip over the space in the middle. So it is like this. Now you can switch to the spruce leaves, and we're going to be placing these in front of all the stone bricks. Now make sure to switch back to the stripped spruce logs. On top of all the logs that we already marked out, we're going to be sure to add an additional 8, so there'll then be 9 blocks in height. Alright, I went all the way around, added an additional 8 layers on top of all those logs that we already had marked out, so they should now be 9 blocks in height. Now make sure you have the dark oak planks. We're going to place a layer on top of these stone bricks. Let's continue with the dark oak planks. I'll just head on over here to this space first. So on each side, we want to make sure to have 2 spaces of the planks like that. And now, on top of this first layer that we just added, let's go ahead and do an additional 4. And then let's go across the top and add 3 like that. So you should then see 2 more spaces of the logs above it. So what we just did here, we're going to go through and do for every other space. So it's just going to be the 2 planks on each side. Bring it up to the same height as that front side that we just did. And then the extra space down the middle across the top. So I just went all the way around and marked out all those dark oak planks for each space. Back to the stripped spruce logs, we're going to go at the top of all these pillars for each of these spaces that we just marked out. And we're just going to have a set of the logs going across the side like that for the top. So once again, make sure not to worry about the space here at the front and for the back. Now be sure to switch to the spruce planks. I'll just start over here. We're going to have a layer right below those logs that we just placed. And then below this, we're going to have a spruce stair in each corner upside down. You can then have a spruce trapdoor next to each of those stairs. And then below all of the stairs, working your way down along the pillars, we're going to have some more spruce trapdoors. So what we just did here, this little frame, is going to be added to all the other spaces. So I went all the way around and added that frame for every space. Now switch back to the dark oak planks, and we're going to start focusing on all of the windows. So that's what all these empty spaces are. So I'll just start over here. I'm going to go from the inside and just add an extra layer of the dark oak planks around the border of the openings. Let's be sure to switch to the white stained glass panes. I'll just swap out the spruce slabs for now. We're also going to need the flower pot, so I'll just swap out the spruce planks. We'll also need the fern, so I'll swap out the dark oak planks. Let's start with the white stained glass panes. We're going to fill in all the remaining space here at the same layer as the dark oak planks that we just placed. So now we have all those spaces filled in with white stained glass panes. We'll then go on the outside. We're going to have a spruce stair in each corner. So for these bigger windows, we'll then have a spruce trapdoor down the middle at the top, and then some spruce trapdoors below the stairs working your way down. And now for the other windows that are just 2 blocks wide, it's just going to be a stair on each side, like that, so no space in the middle. And then the trapdoors once again below the stairs. So I'm going to go through and do that for all the other windows. So I went around and added the frame to all the windows. Now let's continue with the spruce trapdoors. We're going to have these below all the windows at the top edge of these dark oak planks. And now on top of all these trapdoors, we're going to be sure to crouch and place some flower pots. So I'm going to have 2 for the windows that are just 2 blocks wide. And then for the windows here that are 3 blocks wide, I'm just going to have 1 flower pot right down the middle. Let's start marking out the front porch. Be sure to switch to the spruce stairs. I'll be lined up here where this pillar is. I'm going to go all the way down at the bottom, and I'm going to place these stairs upside down, going out by 3. You can then switch to the stripped spruce log. We'll just have that right there for now. We'll then have another upside down stair right here next to that. And then another log. And then back to the stairs. We're going to have 3 facing up. Another log. And then back to an upside down stair. Another log right here. And 3 more upside down. Now on top of those logs, let's go ahead and add another layer. And then the stripped spruce wood for the very top. So it's now 3 blocks in height. Let's then fill in the floors with the spruce planks. So you could go in between all the pillars here. And then fill in all the remaining space. And now on top of the pillars here, you can switch to the stone brick wall. We're going to have 2 layers. And then on top of these walls, we're going to have 2 layers of the dark oak fences. Be sure to switch back to the stripped spruce logs. We're going to be at the layer above these fences here. So when you look at this layer here at the top, we're going to be 1 space below it. We're going to bring out 4 of the logs going out on each side. And then we're going to have a layer going across down the middle. You can then switch to the spruce stairs. We're going to place these upside down up against all those logs. And then you can see I made sure to leave the corners empty, because I'm instead going to just have a spruce slab. Now let's start marking out the shape that we're going to have here, which is just a nice little arch for the roof. So let's just start at the corner over here. We'll switch to the spruce stair. We'll have one facing up like that on its side. And then behind it, we'll have a slab and another slab. And then behind that, we'll do the same thing. And then we'll do it over here on this side. So that first block on the corner will be a stair. And then 2 slabs behind that, another 2 slabs. And then we're going to have one more layer. So you could go ahead and bring that up. It'll go straight across to the other side. So we just have a nice little rounded off shape here. And now behind that shape, you could switch to the dark oak planks. And we'll fill in all of the space. So from the outside, it is now all completely filled in. Now back to the spruce planks. We're going to be 1 block higher than the layer of the logs here. So we could just line up where these dark oak planks are. And you can start filling in all the space here for the ceiling of the porch. Now let's start filling in this front wall here. Make sure you have the spruce planks. I am going to go ahead and fill in all the space here in between the pillars at the top. That way it'll then make it easier to place all the wood that we're going to have below it. So now at the same layer as these logs, you want to be sure to have the stripped spruce wood. And the reason I wanted to have the planks here is so that we could place the wood right up against that. And now they're all flowing in the same direction. We don't have any that are like sideways like that, as you can see. We want to make sure they all flow nicely. Now let's switch to the spruce trapdoors. We're going to place these at the bottom edge of the next layer of the blocks. So it's going to be right here on this layer. And now right below all of these trapdoors, we can switch back to the stripped spruce wood. Make sure you're crouching, and you can then place another layer here. And then below that wood, you can switch back to the spruce trapdoors and add another layer. Now let's go from the inside, and we're going to add an extra layer behind all this wood. So I'll just start right here down the middle. We'll bring it all the way up until this layer here. So you can just have a pillar like that. We'll do the same on this side. And then we'll do the same in each corner. And now, at the bottom, where the spaces of 2 are, you could go ahead and just have some more logs. You could just have them sideways like that, that's fine. And then for the space up here on this layer, we're going to do the same thing. And then for the top here as well. You could then switch back to the spruce planks. Could go ahead and add another one here. Now let's grab the white stained glass panes. We're also going to need the spruce leaves, the lecterns, and the spruce door. We'll just swap out the slab. So let's start with the white stained glass panes. We can fill in the 6 spaces here on each side. And then all the other space here at this layer. Let's go on the outside. Make sure to have the spruce stair. We could place it upside down on the 3rd layer here, and then we'll go from the inside and we'll place a spruce trapdoor right below that stair. And then right behind the stair, you could then have a spruce plank, and then right above that, you could have another white stained glass pane. So from the outside, it is like this, all filled in. Let's now switch to the spruce leaves. We're going to have 2 on each side in front of the windows. And then, make sure to have the lecterns. We're going to fill in the 3 spaces on each side as a railing, as well as for the single space at the front. And then above all of those, you could crouch and have some spruce trapdoors. Now I'm at the back side. We're going to have another porch right here in the middle. So make sure to start out with the spruce stairs again. I'll just look over here more towards the right side, lined up where this pillar is. We'll have 2 upside down spruce stairs going out like that, and then a stripped spruce log. And then, towards the left of that, have another 3 upside down stairs with a stripped spruce log. We could then have 3 stairs facing up, another log here, back to 3 upside down stairs with another log, and then 2 upside down stairs behind that. And now on top of all those logs, you could add an additional layer, and then the stripped spruce wood. Let's switch to the spruce planks. We'll fill in the space in between the pillars, and then all the space in front of that. And then since we have it right here, let's be sure to switch to the lecterns, and we'll place 2 here, and 3 here at the front. We could then cover these up with the trapdoors. And now let's grab the stone brick wall and the dark oak fences again. So we'll have the 2 stone brick walls on top of all the pillars, with the 2 layers of dark oak fences. Now back to the spruce planks. Let's be sure to add an additional layer here at the back. Now back to the stripped spruce logs. We're going to be at the layer above these fences, so 1 block below this wall here. You could bring it out by 3 on each side, and then have a strip going straight across at the front. Let's now start filling in this wall. Make sure to continue with the stripped spruce logs. We're going to fill in 2 spaces right here on each side, and it's going to be brought up to the same height as these logs here. So, bring this all the way up, just 2 spaces like this. We'll do the same on this side. And now you can skip over 2 spaces, have a pillar here, and do the same on this side, so skip over 2, have another one here, leaving 1 space down the middle, which is where the door is going to be. Back to the spruce planks, we're going to start filling in the ceiling, so it's going to be at the same layer as this pillar here. So you can fill in these 3 spaces. And then make sure to do all the space in between the pillars here for this wall. So I'll just bring it straight across like that. That's fine. So now we can start adding all the extra layers right up against it. So be sure to switch back to the stripped spruce wood, and that's what we'll go ahead and do, is just have these right up against those planks like that. And now back to the spruce trapdoors. We're going to do the same thing that we did there at the front, so we're going to be lined up with the next block, and we're going to be at the bottom edge of it, and we could then just place all the trapdoors like this. And then below those trapdoors, you could crouch, have another set of the stripped spruce wood, and then below that, some more spruce trapdoors. Now let's go from the inside. We're going to start doubling up the wall, so switch back to the stripped spruce log. We could just add an extra layer right here, so bring this all the way up until just right here, so 1 block higher than this space. We could do these 2 spaces in the middle, and then the other space over here on this side. And then we could go across the top, just have some more logs on either side, that is fine. We could go down at the next layer right here, do the same thing. And then we have the space right here, 1 block higher than the spruce planks. So we're going to have those 2 spaces on each side. Back to the spruce planks, we could go ahead and fill in that space. And then we could start doing the windows. So fill it all in with the white stained glass paints. Let's go on the outside. Switch back to the spruce stair. We'll have it upside down right here. Go on the inside. Have the spruce door like that. Behind the stair, we'll have the spruce plank. Above that, we'll have another white stained glass pane. And I believe that is everything for this wall. Let's now have the spruce fences in front of those windows on each side. Like that. Now let's mark out part of the roof, so we have the spruce stairs and slabs, and the dark oak planks. Let's start with the stairs. Head on over here towards the left, at the same layer as these logs. We could have the stairs just upside down on this side, and then at the front, and then here at this side, and then the slab in each corner. And now let's go on top. On this corner, we could have a stair. Behind that, some slabs. Behind that, some more slabs. And then behind that, slabs here, and another set on that same layer. So let's do the same on this side. So right on the corner, we have the stair, and then a set of slabs behind that, another set, and then another set, and then at this same layer, right there as well. And then we'll go up one more time, and this will just go straight across to the other side. So this is what the shape is back here. And now let's fill in all that space with the dark oak planks. So from the outside, it is now like that. Now let's go around and start adding all the lanterns. So I'm going to be using the spruce trap doors, the stone brick wall, the dark oak fences, the chains, and the lanterns. So let's start here at the back porch. I'll just have the spruce trap door. And I'll be right here at this layer, so at the bottom part of the top layer. Then below that, we could have a stone brick wall. And then a dark oak fence, the chain, and a lantern. We'll do the same over here on this side. So the trapdoor, the wall, the fence, the chain, and the lantern. Let's go at the front. And we're going to be lined up here right down the middle where these pillars are. So we'll do the same thing. So we have the main light source for the front and back porch. And now I'm going to go along the sides and just have a couple more on each side. So over here, maybe just lined up where the stair is, we'll have the stone brick wall, and then above that will be the trapdoor, and then the fence, the chain, and the lantern. So I'll have one right there, another one over here, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. And there we go. I think that is going to be a good enough light source for this build. So now there is one final thing that I want to do here in part 1, and that is the main roof for the front and back porch. So I'm going to be using the moss block, the grass, the double tall grass, and the spruce leaves. Let's start with the moss blocks, and we're just going to be lining up where we have the stairs and slabs. So here on this first layer, we can just add some moss blocks like that. And then we'll have these two spaces here. And then we'll do the same on this side. And then we have the top layer here. So for now, that's all just filled in with the moss blocks. And now you can switch to the spruce leaves, and maybe just replace some of those moss blocks. Could also add a few extra on top of the layer here for the middle. And then at the side over here, I want to be sure to bring down some leaves, so it kind of looks like they're overhanging and falling over along the edge. Maybe add an extra one right there and maybe another there, so we have that hanging down. And then we could go on over to this side, maybe have another one right around here, just a little bit smaller. So how about, you know what, we'll leave that, yeah, we'll just leave it as it is like that. You know what, how about we add another one here, and on this side. we could use the double tall grass, add a few of these, and then we also have the regular grass. Now let's go to the back and do the same thing. So we'll start with the moss blocks. We'll have these spaces here, bring it up on the next layer, do the same thing. We'll go on this side. And then for the remaining space, we'll just bring it straight across until it's all filled in. And then I do want to be sure to add an additional layer right here on this space for each side, and then for the big space down the middle as well. Now let's start adding the spruce leaves. So I'll just maybe add some additional layers right here down the middle, replace some of these moss blocks as well, and then we'll do the same as we work our way down. And then for this side, we could go ahead and have these hanging down. A little something like that. I think this side's good. And we'll do the same thing over here, so maybe replace this block and have this hanging down. So I think that is good. And now let's add some of the double tall grass. And the regular grass. And now we have the roof here for the backside. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it at that here for part 1 for this tutorial on how to build this wooden mansion. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2.